I'm David, and we're lighting the fuse on this conversation. So we received an email from one of our watchers out there, and they were told that they had to go give blood to receive credit in a school class in college. Now, when this individual went to give blood at the blood drive that came to his school, set up by United Care, I believe it was, he was told that he could not give blood because one of the questions on it were, are you a male who has sex with other males? Sexual intercourse with other males? And he answered yes, and he was told he could not give blood because of this. He asked why. They told him because gay males are more susceptible to hepatitis C.
And that's crap.
Who out there that has sex is not susceptible to hepatitis of any kind or any STD?
Or is a heroin addict and shares needles, or even, I think you can shoot up cocaine, I think you can shoot up
You can do any drugs as long as you're clean for 1.5 years, and they'll take your blood because they check it. But yet, if you have sex with men, they can't take your blood because they can't run the same tests on it or something?
I know, I don't understand. So
however,
homos have different blood?
However, homosexual women can donate because there's no penetration, as they say.
My take on this is that it's unconstitutional because that's what the same reason for gays and lesbians not to have the rights as straight couples was unconstitutional according to the 14th Amendment. So I would say that the email that we got would be that it's unconstitutional for them to do that as well because it's discrimination.
So yes, I would agree that it's unconstitutional because it's just, it doesn't make any sense. What doesn't make sense to me is if I was out shooting needles and sharing them or doing whatever I was doing, they don't ask that. They don't ask, did you share needles? Did you shoot up? They don't ask those kind of questions. But if I was doing it and didn't say anything 6 months earlier, a year earlier, now you can take my blood because you test it, but yet you can't take my blood if I'm a homosexual male because I have penetration.
So, well, wait, I could be doing heroin now and go in and say that I don't have sex with a man.
Or you could say I don't do drugs either.
And I don't do drugs either, but I shot up with heroin before I went in. So
and they're still going to take your blood.
They're still going to take my blood, but if I go in and answer truthfully and say that I have sex with men, then they're going to not, even though I don't, but
they're not going to take your blood.
They're not going to take my blood.
Exactly. And so he was, the person who wrote into us was dissatisfied with this answer as well, and he felt that wasn't a good enough answer.
He made a lot of phone calls according to his email.
So he did. He sat and argued with the guy in person for 20 minutes, and he said, it's not me who makes the rules, but here's a number you can call and complain to.
Did he say it was the FDA?
No, he didn't. So he calls the number and talks to 3 people. Gets transferred to another woman who argues with him for about 20 minutes on the subject, and says, you know what, I know somebody who might be able to answer this better for you, and transfers him again to a gay man who worked at the call center. And the guy at the call center was saying, oh, well, you know, I understand what you're saying. It's not fair for me either because I'm in the same boat. I can't donate. But this is why, because homosexual men can contract it easier because of penetration. And so he was dissatisfied with that, and he said that's a bunch of crap and wanted a better answer because that's not an answer. That's discrimination still. And he said, well, I can't answer your question. The FDA makes the rules, not us. Here's a number for them. So the writer continues to call, and he calls the FDA now. After following the prompts on the telemarketing, like the automated responses and stuff, he follows all the prompts, finally reaches a lady. The lady asks him what his problem is. He's like, well, this is the complaint department, and I have a complaint. I want to know why homosexual women can donate, but homosexual men are not allowed to donate blood. She said, I can't answer that question here, let me give you another number. And she proceeded to give him the same exact number in which he just dialed to get a hold of her.
So he just got the runaround, which is what's going to continue to happen until somebody that's wealthy does something about it, so they can hire a big attorney to sue.
And basically what she said to him was that she doesn't know why the law's there, and she doesn't know why or who made it or what reason they made it for, just that she's there to enforce it. So after 10 minutes or so of arguing with her, she told him that she was unable to assist him any further and could not answer his question because she didn't know the answer, and that if he didn't have another question, she couldn't help him any longer, and she hung up.
Which doesn't resolve anything for anyone. So I think that we should all maybe we all should call it FDA.
I don't think it'll do anything because we're going to get the same people at the bottom of the totem pole.
So then
who don't know.
maybe we should write our senators and our congressmen and maybe the president.
What he was told was he could write an email and they would respond to it when they got time.
So maybe if there's enough emails that go out, maybe they'll have no choice.
If they have the same subjects, they just delete them.
So make your
Until
subjects different.
until it goes to court, until somebody steps up and does something, it's going to be an issue. And it's going to be discrimination.
Well, the 14th Amendment says that every man is created equal, and that's not the case in America anymore.
Apparently not. It's people with money are far superior to anybody else.
Well, straight people are far superior to gay and lesbians as well.
Well, apparently. But the thing is nobody knows why these rules are in place. Nobody knows why they're enforcing the rules. They're just enforcing them.
I'd like to know the answers to these. So if anybody knows the answers, write in. Let us know what the answer is.
Definitely, let us know.
Who made this law?
Yeah, where'd it come from?
And who's in charge?
Who do we contact about it?
Yeah, we'll contact them. The Talkaholics will contact them. This is the TnT
TnT
Talkaholics.
Talkaholics.
I'm Justin.
I'm David, and we've been giving it to you
straight.